Hallelujah, hallelujah. Say hello to somebody. Say hello to your neighbor. Say hello to somebody on your left and on your right. We have been looking at redefining education in the 21st century. We looked at the state of things when it comes to the educational sector. We look at all the different realities of the world today. Then we went on to look at the three aspects of education. You are either educated, uneducated, or miseducated. And then we went on to look into the 5 dimensions of education: spiritual education, personal education, academic education, professional education, and financial education. Then we look at the characteristics of the expired education, that is the miseducation that we need to rise above. And we looked extensively at a lot of things along that line. Because of time, let us now look at some of the things I want to recommend, the new educational views that we need to explore. I remember when I was in secondary school, in Omukpo Grammar School, Omukpo in Kwara State. At that point in time, the 6334 education was top gear, and we had a lot of technical aspect to education. There were technical school, technical education, and I remember a lot of machines, a lot of equipment that were brought to the school then to, make provision for people to be able to explore technical education. But, of course, things went wrong. I remember when I was 40 years, when I was about 39, I was preparing for my 40th birthday, and I wanted to do a documentary for my 40th birthday. So I said, okay, we need to do a documentary of where I was born, where I grew up, my primary school, my secondary school, my university, and others. So we traveled down to Kwara State to go to my secondary school, and then also go to Uni Learning, where I, did a few months before I moved to Ilaro, so that I can just go and look at all those slums. When we got to the school, the name has changed. It was no more Omukpo Grammar School. And then we went to those buildings where those machines were. And they were all just there, rotted away. Nothing was happening. And you see, many of us do not understand that in the world that we live in today, any education that you want to go into must fall into what I call the learn to earn and the learn to create education. Learn to earn and learn to create. So any education that you're going to do in the 21st century must be an education that by the time you are through with that education, you can begin to earn on your own without having to wait for somebody to give you a job. Number 2, by the time you are through with that education, you should begin to create something that will be valuable to your world, because money flows in exchange for value. As it is today, many of us that have gone to school, we are not able to earn until we look for a job, and we're not able to create a job or create anything. We are only creating vacancy and creating scarcity and creating problem. So that means that there is a need for a change. So let's look at some of the education that I would like to explore for us to think about. Number 1, technical education. Technical education. Have you tried to build and you are looking for plumbers, or you are looking for tilers, or you are looking for electricians, iron work, and all kinds of landscaping work? Have you tried to get people to be able to do that? Even with the advent of solar panel installation and all this stuff, do you know the scarcity of labor in this field? So number 1 thing that we need to begin to look into in the new educational sphere is technical education. You see, think about it. When you go to the Western world, plumbers, tilers, electricians, iron workers, roof, people that do, these are multi-millionaires. They didn't go to school as in academic education, but they went to school to learn electrical work. All they did was what I'm recommending to you. They have elementary school, compulsory primary education. And once they were done with that, they went to learn electrician and they get certified. And this guy get contracts in hundreds of thousands of dollars and pounds and euro all over the world. And yet you that went to school, nothing for you. So think about it. If you want to do a good plumbing job, a good tiling work, a good woodwork now, you most likely have to go outside Nigeria to bring people. You have to go outside Nigeria. So the question is, what are they teaching them in Benin, in Benin Republic, in Togo? What are they teaching them in Ghana? What are they teaching them in all these other places that is making them to have the quality people when it comes to technical, need that we don't have? It's simply technical education. Go to Ghana, you see a lot of technical school, technical college, everywhere. Go to all these countries. But here we have all manner of university, all manner of private secondary school, where people graduate from secondary school, graduate from university, and they can't do jack. They can't do nothing. So number one, we need to look into technical education so that we can begin to help people. So all this one, they are saying no job, no job, no job. No. By the time somebody is gainfully trained, they have a skill. The Chinese proverb said, he teacheth his son to be a thief, that teacheth him not a trade. He teacheth his son to be a thief, that teacheth him not a trade. You need to have a trade. Many of the people that are jackpotting now, if they just have some of these things, you'll be amazed at how easy they'll be able to land on the other side. We have a lot of people that are needed in this field. Do you know that there are some aspects of work you want to do in building that in the whole of Nigeria, you can't get people that are professional that can do it? Yeah, you have to employ people. I have one of our real estate guys that is doing luxury apartments. And I think, was it last year or early? Yeah, last year we had a discussion, went to some of his projects in Banana Island, we were discussing, and was lamenting about the dollar rates and all the things. Say, you know what, that COVID caused what, because the majority of the people in the site, they are all expatriates. I said, why? He said, there are not people in Nigeria that can do the kind of, how many building in Nigeria is up to the story building that is building? How many building? How many people have experienced it? I said, even the school, the people that went to school in Nigeria, even the professors, the lecturer, they don't understand because they only saw it in the book. They have never been part of a project of 20 story, 30 story before. The highest, many of them are built a 6th floor. So they don't even know how to build those kind of houses. They only know it by theory. They have never had practical experience. Imagine that. So we have go to Abuja, go around, you will see a lot of houses where you put on lights in the parlor, the fan in the room will come on. You flush toilets, the tap in the kitchen will come on. And these are people that supposedly are supposed to be builders. So we need to look into technical education. So if you are sitting down here right now and people are telling you, hey, what are you going to do? Sit down. Right in front of me now, there are camera guys doing camera work. And now you'll be amazed. Camera work, editing, all this work, animation. These are things that you can do. You don't need to go to one school and go and spend 4 years. And you can sit down and you can be doing a lot of amazing stuff. Number 2 is vocational education. Vocational education. When it comes to vocational education, you need to begin to think of all the different things that you can do. Many times we only do this as, let's do vocational training. Let's do vocational this. Let's do skill acquisition. And we do skill acquisition and vocational training as a one-off, as a byproduct, just to say, let's just help people. But these are things people should sit down and settle down with. Catering. There are catering schools. You can become a billionaire caterer, a billionaire cook, a billionaire chef. But many of us who have been cooking all our lives, many of us can cook all kinds of stuff, but we have never seen it as anything important because we still want to go to school and go and study when we should begin to make money from our catering. Fashion. I don't need to tell you how many caterers, how many fashion designers, how many people in the fashion world are multi-millionaires and billionaires today. All the designers you are wearing, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, are they not fashion people? Are they not families? Are they not individuals? Which school did they go to? Now, so we need to think through this aspect, vocational education, bid work. Do you know that the Igbo apprenticeship scheme have been studied up to Harvard level? All over the world, people have come to acknowledge the Igbo apprenticeship scheme, where people will come, once you are young, you go and join your brother or your uncle, you would intern and trade under him for 5 years, 3 years, 7 years. By the time you are through, they settle you, you start your own. These are things that we have that are all homegrown solution. Yet we abandon our own, birthright, and then we'll now be waiting for colonial masters to bring educational curriculum and to tell us how to proceed. And they will now say they discovered us. They discover us. So where were we before you came to discover us? We were in obscurity, we were in oblivion. You came to discover Mongo Park, discover you. They just talk rubbish. Mongo Park came to discover us, and they will write textbook that will not put our own history. Before the white man ever came, we are the first civilization. Go and look at the Benin Empire. Go and look at the Benin Kingdom. Go and look at what has been done hundreds and thousands of years ago before one white man come to tell you they are giving you certificate, they are giving you curriculum, they are giving you school, they are giving you education. So vocational what? Vocational education. Then ICT, cybersecurity, coding, animation. Do you know you don't need to do 4 years anymore? There are schools right now that you will go to and they will teach you a lot of IT skill, a lot of things. 3 months, 6 months, you are certified. They will not just train you, they will employ you. And yet people are waiting. I didn't pass JAM. I'm waiting for supplementary list. I'm waiting for GCE. I want to rewrite JAM. And I'm like, what's wasting? Why are we wasting away our destiny? Nigeria open universities there now. Open universities there. People are not going. There are a lot of evening schools, a lot of part-time school, a lot of opportunity. You want to go and do full-time and go and spend 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, wasting away your life. And by the time you come out, useless education, useless certificate, you can't get a job, you can't work with it, you are looking for somebody to give you a job. Then academics, football academy, acting academy, business academy, media academy. These are the new education. You don't need, look, with AI, with technology, you don't need 4 years to study anything. I'm telling you, even the technical, you want to be a pilot, you want to be a surgeon. Do you know that with technology now, many of the courses you are reading and many of the career you are pursuing is becoming obsolete? Because we need fewer people. Because AI and machine is going to be taking over. With the world of robotics, with the world of animation, 3D printing, just, okay. A word, they say, is enough for the wise. So these are just some of the things you need to look into, but the key is learn to earn, learn to create. Learn to earn, learn to create. Anything you are learning, it should be something that by the time you are through, you can start earning money on your own. Or you can start creating something that will make you to earn. If those two things are not there, you are still in old school education and it has expired, it needs to be redefined. And those of you that are starting schools, let's begin to think of new schools to start. If I want to start any school now, this is where I will go to. I will start vocational school or I will start academy. I will not go into all this normal Ministry of Education kind of stuff. I won't do that. I will start a school where, okay, come and learn plumbing or tiling or just focus. By the time you are done, we know that we can deal with it. Or I will just start academy. Just start an acting school or a business school or media, something that people can leave the place and begin to earn or begin to create and earn. Once those two things are there, you are in new school. So the new educational views to explore. There are new viewpoints that matter going forward, and it's the way to go because, number one, it covers for all the errors of miseducation. It covers for all the errors of miseducation. It covers for all the errors of miseducation. So we have looked at all kinds of stuff with reference to miseducation, but when you explore all this new education, it covers for that. Number two, it's a learn to earn education. It's what? A learn to earn. Think about it. I don't think. Primary school, 6 years. Secondary school, 6 years. That's 12. University, average, 5 years. That's 17. Youth service, 18. You say you want to do masters, 2 years, 20. So that means you spend an average of 17 years in the educational sector. We are not counting jealousy, kindergarten, preschool, and all those ones they used to collect your money. So that means you spend an average of, let's say, 15 to 20 years in the educational sector. So think about it. By the time you go through these 20 years, when you now graduate with your BSc, the first letter you are writing is, I beg to apply. Think of it now. Please think. If you have to spend 20 years to still come and beg for a job, you have to spend 20 years. And after 20 years, you can't create any job for yourself. All the things you have gone to school to learn in 20 years of paying school fees, of your parents spending money, of you spending money on children for 20 solid years, when they finally come out, they can't do anything for themselves to begin to earn an income. And they can't create anything that is of value that can help people. Let's think. We are wasting our time. We are wasting our time. All the educational sector of this country, since the day of independence or even the day of whatever, how many things have we invented in Nigeria? How many things have we invented? If all the education we have been doing, we have not been able to invent anything that is solving problem for us, are we not supposed to think afresh? Why are we following the same assembly line? And we are not thinking that there is a need for a change? When you argue with reality, it's because your software is programming you to do that. So it's called the learn to earn education. So it's learn to earn, learn to create. Learn to earn, learn to create. Number 3, it empowers you to be a job creator and not a job seeker. Think about it. All over the world, it is small businesses that grow the economy. Small businesses grow the economy. That's the way it works. So you go to school, you study fashion, you open a fashion store, a fashion house, or a tailoring place, and then you employ 2 or 3 tailors, and you employ a cleaner, so you employ 3 or 4 people. This one goes to catering school, he starts a little eatery, or he starts a little food place, he employs 2 or 3 people. This one goes to this, and before you know it, 3 years, 4 years, 12 years, 15 years. That is how MSMEs grow the economy, by employing people. They create jobs. Now you are going to school, you are coming out, you are looking for a job. Oh, I'm just believing God to go into a multinational. I'm believing God to get into that major blue chip company. Who will start the multinational? Who will start the blue chip company for you to come and start to work there? Eh? Have you seen people there resigning? They don't resign, they retire. People don't resign there, they stay there. They stay there. Even in the civil service, they stay there. Look at NNPC. They are spending billions every year paying salary and maintaining refineries that are not working. They didn't sack them. They didn't even sack themselves. And you say you are still looking for a job. Number 4, it does not take years of your life away learning irrelevant things. It does not take years of your life away learning irrelevant things. So this new education, you don't need 4 years. You don't need 5 years. You don't need 6 years. As a matter of fact, at the risk of being misunderstood, anything you want to do now that within 6 months to 2 years, you can't finish it and begin to end with it, don't waste your life. Except you are talking of highly technical, professional, you want to be a surgeon, you want to be a pilot, but I'm talking of basic life. Because I look at people, you are going to study zoology in Nigeria and there is no zoo. What's wrong with us? You are going to study zoology, Agric Econs, funny certificate. You are studying filing. You are going to school. What's your course? I'm studying, what's that one that I was saying was studying? Store manager. I'm like, what funny course? Some universities, they try, they just create one local course because they know that people are looking, and they used to just enter and go and be studying useless courses. So you are studying botany, you are studying zoology. How many zoos do we have in Nigeria? You are studying zoology, wasting away your life. You now say it's village people. Next, it speeds up your readiness for impact and value. It speeds up your readiness for impact and value. It speeds up your readiness for impact and value. So when you follow this one, you don't need to go through 20 years and come out and you are roaming the streets jobless, roaming the street looking for protests. Then all of you will now go on Twitter, you now go on social media with 50 naira airtime. You are insulting everybody because of the frustration of your joblessness, the frustration of your lack of ability to create a job. Everybody's just frustrated, everybody just they provoke. If you are busy doing something with your life, will you have time to be doing some other things that many of you are doing? There is a failure of systems, and we need to decide not to be a victim of the system. So it speeds up your readiness for impact and value. And then finally helps you to grow and upgrade as development unfolds. So when you follow this path, as development unfolds, you are growing. As development unfolds, you are growing. It's just like the way your software upgrade, say, software upgrade now available. Before you know it, so when you are in this new education, you can be upgraded. Your software can be, but when you go through that old one, the software is analog. It can't be upgraded. We need to physically remove your brain, as remove the software and now install another one. It can't be automatic upgrade because the education you got is not that. There's no connection to upgrade. So that's why you need this new one, so that you can quickly know how to capture things and readjust your life. I will trust God that there will be testimonies on the other side. So, God bless you all. Have you heard of GRIP 2026? This is not a public training, it's a private room where serious-minded, intelligent, and intentional individuals, families, and organizations are coming together to learn what they need to learn in order to win where they need to win. There are things that people do in secret that makes them to shine in the open. And if you become a part of this room, then you'll be ready to shine in the world of real estate and become a major player. If you understand this message, you will know that this is for you. Join us now. Hello, beautiful people. The word POUR is an acronym for passing over opportunities repeatedly. And I've said it over and over again. It is better to be prepared, waiting for opportunities, than for opportunities to come and meet you unprepared. October 2025, we did the pre-launch of the Madiba Palm Tree Farm. We launched at that point for those that believed in us, and a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, bought 10 hectares. You heard me right, 10 hectares at the pre-launch level. In less than 1 year, when we launched in January 2026, their investment has already given them 50% return in less than 5 months. Guess what will happen? By the time we're done with this launch offer, by the middle of the year, we're looking at May, June 2026, we're going to be increasing the price of the Madiba Palm Tree Farm. So if you are listening to me right now, don't allow this opportunity to pass you by. Take advantage of the opportunity now to lock down your portion of 1 acre, 1 hectare, 10 acre, 10 hectares. If you have money sitting down in the bank, instead of doing cash banking, come do land banking and come do palm tree farm. So we want everyone listening to me right now to take advantage of this opportunity. You don't want to look back and say, and I heard when the land was 4 million. I heard when it was 6 million. And then now they will tell you it's 20 million. We're going to be planting. The nursery is ready. The farm is ready. So you are plugging into something that is on the way to producing. So we look forward to welcoming you. I'm Olumide Emmanuel, and I approve this message. Yes, so another opportunity has come for you to be a landowner in Abuja. C of O, checked. R of O, checked. Approved layout, checked. Registered survey, checked. Development, checked. Listing and listing well. The Genesis Estate Abuja is one of the hottest land you can ever be a part of right now. In Genesis Estate Abuja, we have almost 50 buildings that have already been developed that is awaiting you to come by and move in. And guess what? We've just signed an agreement to begin 500 housing units along with a government agency. So buying a land in Genesis Estate in Abuja is no more something you need to delay on. Genesis Estate is located behind Bingham University on the Yanya Kefi Express Road in Outer Balefi. All documents are intact, and with just 20 million naira, yes, you heard me right, with 20 million naira, you can own a plot of land within Genesis Estate. That 20 million covers for the land, it covers for your developmental levy, it covers for infrastructural due, it covers for all your documentation, no hidden fee, and guess what? We give you 90 days to make the payment. Only 70 plots available. Rush now and grab it. I'll see you in the new location.
if marriage is a partnership, why does society treat it as a woman's biggest achievement? Welcome to the conversation nobody wants to have. I remain your host, Osam Precious. Now, a very big thank you to everyone who has watched all our episodes. And if you haven't, I don't know what you are doing. What are you waiting for? We cannot continue this podcast without giving a big shout out to our sponsor, CSTV, for giving us this amazing space to use, and for Public for keeping us refreshed with their delicious treats. Now, joining us today is Precious Ochaya, a seasoned media host who has sat across voices like Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, Mrs. Funke Adejumo. She is the host of Still Here podcast and an advocate for mental health. Convinced that every success begins in the mind. She's also an entrepreneur and a founder of Blinks and Strands Limited. We also have an amazing guest named Oyemeze Crown Noel. He's a digital growth strategist, real estate marketer, software SEO expert, and a gospel music minister passionate about influence and impact. He helps businesses, investors, and creators turn visibility into authority and revenue while using faith-based music and media to inspire transformation and purpose-driven success. Now, let's get into the conversation. You guys are welcome to this podcast. Welcome to Let's Get Real podcast.
Thank you.
Are you guys on a scale of 1 to 10? How excited are you guys?
I'm excited though, because it's always a pleasure to sit at the other side of the conversation.
Oh yeah, because you're an host.
I love to sit at the other side of the conversation. Yeah. So I would say a solid 9.5.
Okay, Mr. Crown, how excited are you?
I would say I'm just glad to be here. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, no problem. I'm also excited to have you and to host you guys. Now, let's enter the main topic, because this when I was going through Instagram and YouTube, there was this conversation that came out, and someone said that society has placed marriage as an achievement for women. That if a woman is successful, like she has her money, she has self-development, everything, but she's not married, they don't consider her as a successful woman. Now, my question to you, Precious, is why do you think marriage is framed this way for women?
Okay, so I think is because of, will I say, revolution or evolution, in the sense that in past times, if a woman wasn't married, she is not viable or credible to say certain things in society. She's not credible enough to hold certain positions. In fact, she was not even able to hold any position. The only reason why a woman would matter was because of her husband. And I think shifting from that to now see women going out of their way to be something about themselves. We have a movement where people are not still changed, have not still fine-tuned themselves to that movement. So now you see that a woman can be everything that a man is, or a man can attain to be, which it's crazy to me. It's everything a human being should be. This man-woman stuff that keeps going. Or you see what a woman can aspire to be, everything a human being can be, which is what we are used to seeing only men be.
Yeah.
And then we still try to tie our value down to marriage and say, oh, it has to make sense that you have a man that is attached to you, or a man that is pushing you behind this thing. And also, on the flip side for women is that because women have become defensive, rightfully so, actually, because the society has treated women in several demeaning ways, and women have a voice. But the problem is very, 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 the chances of now being extreme or overboard or being extremely defensive is where the flip side is for a woman. So because of that, even if a woman wants to get married, she loves the institution of marriage, she feels like she has to intentionally go against that institution of marriage because it's what they've told her she has to do. So you now see a woman intentionally working against marriage, even if it is what she wanted. So I think it's because there's no balance for both the female and the male gender. So one is saying, we don't know you like this. A man has to be attached to you. The other one is saying, I want to be myself, and I'm not going to marry because society wants me to marry, not because. So everybody is just being defensive and fighting a battle. And I think if everybody just sits down and realize that we can balance this thing out, and everybody can live peacefully.
Okay, so Mr. Crown, the question now is, do you think society places the same value on marriage for men as it does for women? or is marriage seen as less of an achievement for men? And why do you think that is?
Oh, all right. Okay. I'd like to say, for anybody, marriage is not an achievement for anybody. I think I like to see marriage as a decision one must come to make. You must come to that point where you feel like, okay, I've gotten this far and I feel like I want to now settle down and build something.
Yeah.
Because according to scripture, one, what an individual can chase. Scripture says one will chase 1,000
So
and
chase
two
10,000.
10,000.
Do you understand? So I believe that when it comes to marriage, we don't have to make it as an achievement, because when you do, it's like putting marriage as you are putting marriage as, will I say, a prerequisite for a particular view. What I mean is that in the world we are today, there is a particular standard that has been set. There is a particular threshold every individual has to meet for you to be seen in a certain light. So if you put marriage in that...
Have you heard of GRIP 2026? This is not a public training, it's a private room where serious-minded, intelligent, and intentional individuals, families, and organizations are coming together to learn what they need to learn in order to win where they need to win. There are things that people do in secret that makes them to shine in the open. And if you become a part of this room, then you'll be ready to shine in the world of real estate and become a major player. If you understand this message, you will know that this is for you. Join us now.
Position, you're actually demeaning the original intent of marriage. So let's take marriage, the context of marriage, back to the original intention. That's from creation. So when God created man, he first of all saw that it was not good for a particular kind of man to be alone, not just any man. It is a particular kind of man. And if you look through scripture, you find out that that kind of man is a man of responsibility. Do you understand?
Yes.
So in a nutshell, any man who is not responsible should stay alone. Do you understand?
Okay.
So marriage being an achievement, I'd say marriage is like, it's a compensation for your responsibility. Do you understand? So if you watch, Adam was all about his business. There was never a time it was recorded in scripture that Adam told God that he was alone or he wanted a wife. God saw that the way this guy is driving, he needs
Someone
not to be alone. So let me make for him a helpmate. Do you understand? So when Adam came and he saw that, okay, God, he decided to give me someone who will help me. So remember, marriage did not distract Adam from his primary assignment. It just restructured his focus. Do you understand? So marriage for man is not an achievement. Same thing, marriage for women is not an achievement. Marriage is just like a byproduct of your responsibility. When you come to that stage where you see that, okay, I think I'm responsible enough to settle down with someone, then you are good to go.
So before you continue, I think, this is an angle to look at it for you to say that marriage is a compensation. But I strongly do not agree with saying that marriage is not an achievement. And I don't say it as a marriage obsessed kind of person. Personally, for me, I've never really thought about marriage. I think the first time I ever thought about getting married was in 2022, and I've only thought about getting married to one person. So it has never been like on a, in the to-do list of what I wanted to. When I looked at my life in the future, marriage was not always in the picture. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't take away the fact that it's an achievement. And why I would say that is there are people that aim for this. There are people that aspire for this.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite, is a conservative word to kind of like demean that joy that they feel when they get to that position, when they get that thing that they are longing for, and to say it's not an achievement. I feel it kind of devalues the entire, institution of marriage. If you look at it now, when people say, oh, marriage is not an achievement, you do this, to be very honest, I think it's very easy to live with somebody for the rest of your life, or for you to come to a point and say, this, I chose this person and I chose right. And you are spending the next 70, 60 years of your life. That decision is very, very important. That decision actually is like a trajectory for every other thing that's going to happen to your life, whether you like it or not. Whoever you choose to spend the rest of your life will determine a whole lot about your future, determine a whole lot about your life, your generation, your children, your businesses. All this partner is going to have whether you like it, have a say and you're finding every single possible enough, because like you said, is a sense of compensation for responsibility. So I have gotten to a point where I am responsible enough, which is an achievement that you are even responsible enough. And I found another person who is responsible enough. And together, we are now focused on a bigger responsibility. So if you think about it from that aspect, you realize it's actually an achievement for those that you might not want to be married. You might want to be a billionaire. You want to chase money, or you don't even just care about it. But when you reach that apex of your career or your business, you consider that an achievement. But there are people that honestly, they feel like their purpose is in marriage. They feel they are supposed to train children. They are supposed to, their ministry is in marriage. They want to bring the next generation. They want to be fruitful. When they do that, you can't say that they've not reached the apex of their own career too. So I think it should not be a generalized term and say, oh, it's not an achievement or it's an achievement. Just my own opinion.
Because the reason why I asked again, because I think, wasn't it last year when they did Hallelujah Challenge, and the amount of people that attacked women that wore wedding dress as their dress like your miracle, they're like, why are they obsessing over marriage? Why are they obsessing over
getting married?
That, do you think that society has put it in these women not because they want to get married? Do you think that society has put it in these women that marriage is actually an achievement?
Definitely, like society. I mean, online banters are not something that I because the same society that is dragging these women are the same society that puts this pressure on women.
Yeah.
And like I said, we have feminists that have come out and they are now moving towards being extreme. And the reason why is because society has shut them up for too long and they feel like they have to revolt against authority. And we have now moved away from what actual feminism is about.
Yeah.
I'm a feminist. Feminist means that equal opportunity for everybody.
Yeah.
I should be able to do what a man can do without you looking at me. I should be able to have equal opportunities in life, in career, in anything, without you second guessing my position because I'm a woman. That's what feminism is. Okay. But now there are women that have now moved to the extreme, and I can't blame them for moving to the extreme. They have moved to the extreme because society have constantly pushed them and trampled on them over and over and over again, and they feel like the only thing that society is going to listen to is revolting. So now the society has put a pressure on women that, oh, you have to be married. And I spoke about it when I started because it was what we were used to. You have to be married for you to have value. You have to be married. That's why you see people are saying that you are 30, I'm 30, and time is going. Who said so? Who put a time frame to it? Like, why are you so concerned about about being old? And they say, oh, women have a biological clock. To be very honest, I don't believe in that train of thought. I don't align with it. Okay. You are not ready until you are ready. You are not, if you are focused on, personally for me, like I said, I've only thought about getting married to somebody. And for me to get married, to that point was because I saw something and you're able to convince me that I should be in this institution and I should do it with you. But minus that, I am a person of purpose. I'm a person of alignment. I know exactly where I'm going. So until I see that you and I are aligned, or you align with my purpose and I align with your purpose, I don't feel the rush to get married. Like, okay. I feel like I am living my life. I am developing myself. If I had gotten married 2-3 years ago, it would have probably been a disaster. There's so much I know about myself now that if I had been oh my God, it's like, oh my God, there's so much about myself. My frontal lobe has never developed yet. So like there's so many things I'm still learning about myself. So I think if people focus more, like you said, on yourself and focus on what you can be for yourself, the responsibilities that you can do for yourself, and marriage is going to come. I think the right people are focused on finding the right person and they are not being the right person. So back to your question about women, I think, yes, I agree. So many of these women are not even ready. They just want to do it for societal pressure. But just some women that genuinely don't want to marry. And you know what made me happy? Last year, I saw a lot of men coming outside to wearing suit and ring. I'm like, equality, this is what we're talking about. Let it not be like as if it's only the women
that are obsessed.
Because we are making it look like there are men that want to get married too.
Actually.
But they're not vocal about it. But women are free to be vocal about it because we've been told that this is, we should find it. So will I say it's a bad thing that you go on prayer, corporate prayers and say, I want to get married, I wear wedding gown. If it works for you, no problem. But just be sure that your intent is right, that you actually want to get married because you've tried as a good person, you've tried as somebody that's worked on yourself, and you've not been able to find that person. So now you need a supernatural intervention. And not that you are doing it because you are pressured by society, pressured by your parents, pressured by friends to want to do it to prove a point. That's not the reason why you should be getting married.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Crown, when she was saying something, it's just like you wanted to just talk, or maybe. So, what do you have to say?
All right. So, first of all, I would say that the society putting pressure or mounting pressure on, let me use ladies, for example. I think that many ladies do not even really know what marriage is. I feel like a lot of them that are saying they want to get married, they actually are just hoping that one day they'll get their dream wedding. A lot of people are preparing for wedding. They're having pressures on wedding rather than understanding the institution, marriage that they're going into. I used to have this. I have a friend that always, when we sit down to talk, we always tell ourselves back then, and we'll be like, any woman that's going to get married to us should not, even if no matter the amount of money we have, should not be prepared for maybe a luxurious or a frivolous wedding.
Okay.
We are just going to do something simple. And, having to sit down and calculate, have that train of thought.
Hello, beautiful people. The word POUR is an acronym for passing over opportunities repeatedly. And I've said it over and over again. It is better to be prepared, waiting for opportunities, than for opportunities to come and meet you unprepared. October 2025, we did the pre-launch of the Madiba Palm Tree Farm. We launched at that point for those that believed in us, and a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, bought 10 hectares. You heard me right, 10 hectares at the pre-launch level. In less than 1 year, when we launched in January 2026, their investment has already given them 50% return in less than 5 months. Guess what will happen? By the time we're done with this launch offer, by the middle of the year, we're looking at May, June 2026, we're going to be increasing the price of the Madiba Palm Tree Farm. So if you are listening to me right now, don't allow this opportunity to pass you by. Take advantage of the opportunity now to lock down your portion of 1 acre, 1 hectare, 10 acre, 10 hectares. If you have money sitting down in the bank, instead of doing cash banking, come do land banking and come do palm tree farm. So we want everyone listening to me right now to take advantage of this opportunity. You don't want to look back and say, and I heard when the land was 4 million. I heard when it was 6 million. And then now they will tell you it's 20 million. We're going to be planting. The nursery is ready. The farm is ready. So you are plugging into something that is on the way to producing. So we look forward to welcoming you. I'm Olumide Emmanuel, and I approve this message.
At this my age now, I've come to realize that marriage itself is a long time commitment. And I feel like a lot of ladies, when they sit down and calculate the costs, they will say that it is not worth rushing into. Do you understand? Marriage is not worth rushing into without proper scrutiny and proper investigation on what you are going to do. Do you get? She made mention of, I'm trying to remember what she said, but it was around women who sees marriage as an achievement. Now, why I said marriage is not an achievement for anybody is because an achievement is like a goal. You set it, and when you set it, when you hit it, only few persons are hungry enough to continue in a particular path without losing focus. There are only few persons. So when you say marriage is an achievement, it's like when you get married. The question now is, what next? Do you understand? When you get married, what next? And I will still say that marriage is not an achievement for anybody. Personal opinion. When you get married, when you set marriage as an achievement for yourself, that's for you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That's for you. But I'd like to say, while you are setting marriage as an achievement, also do well to ensure that you are not lacking in other areas. Because when the right person comes, it's best that person meets you prepared. Do you understand? There are some women out there and there are some men out there that they are not looking for partners. They are not looking for husbands. They are not looking for wives. They are looking for people who will manage them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And when you are preparing for marriage, there are a lot of I've not been married before, so I cannot speak as an authority. I would just say from experience of other people, I would say it's best if you meet average ladies that married when they were young, if you ask them a question, if you have the opportunity to wind back time, would you have made this decision that you made? And a lot of them will tell you, no. Because why? If you ask them, okay, go further to explain, there are a lot of things they will say which I'm not ready to go into. So for her saying marriage is an achievement for some persons, I really, really, really understand that for some persons, due to pressure, due to societal pressure, even some pressure from their family, pressure from home. And I would like to say this to mothers: don't force your child or your daughter or your son to live your dream life. Don't try to force your dream life on
most mothers,
because when you do that, you're actually pushing them to make certain decisions that when they look back, they will not be grateful for. So I feel like mature into marriage rather than wanting marriage. Mature into marriage, because marriage takes a lot. Marriage takes a lot. It's a long-term commitment. This, like she said, this is somebody that will have says. He would have a say, she would have a say in any decision. I was talking to a client one time and I'd already told him, I said, we have actually spoken. And he has already told me, I said, don't worry, when I get home, I'll fill the form and, I'll send it back. I was reaching out to him and he was not responding, only for him to just reach out to me and I spoke to my wife. And this is not something that we want to do now. So you see, all these things are, because most especially this generation, many of us we are having Netflix imagination, and we are having Hollywood, no longer Nollywood.
It's Hollywood.
I'm not sure anyway. I'm just part of the few persons that still, shout out to Hollywood, Nollywood. Sorry, I think I'm part of the few persons that still fancy Nollywood. So I would say, keep your dreams alive, no doubt. Keep your dreams alive, and prepare for marriage, mature into marriage.
I think I'm going to start from the end, some of the end point of what you said.
Okay. Just I have a question for you, but just
from the end point of what you said, like it's almost like we're on the same page. And for some things, in the sense that I said marriage is an achievement for some people. You also said achievement is when you set a goal, and which was what I explained in the first place. There are people that have decided that this is what they want for their life. They feel this is what they are committed to. This is their purpose. You have no rights to discredit another person's wants and needs because they don't align with yours. It is, I feel like it is ignorance and it is pride to say that your feelings are not valid or your intentions are not valid. No. I'm not saying about you. I'm talking about in a general sense of it, because a lot of people that attack women or men that say that is an achievement are coming from that angle that it's not a big deal. Wait, I'm going somewhere. It's not a big deal, and the rest of that. So I have said it that there are people that have decided, not out of societal value. I never said getting married out of societal value when I was explaining about it being an achievement. I'm talking about being true to yourself and saying, oh, this is exactly what I do want for myself, to get married and all of that. And when you say things about, I agree with you on people getting married young. I think in this day and age, getting married early is not an option. Now, our fathers did it, and it was easy for them. It was good for them. And I feel they were able to bypass it because it was the level of exposure then and level of association now is not the same.
Yeah.
Now we know what is wrong. It's when you have knowledge that you can say, I can identify that the way this man is moving or the way this woman is moving is wrong. And let us stop saying marriage for young girls. Marriage is for everybody.
Yeah.
The pressure is whether say women don't take it as an achievement, men don't take it as an achievement, or men don't rush into it, women don't rush. I think it's for everybody. So we should first remove the gender war. A man and a woman, the both of you want to get married. The both of you work on yourself. You said something about, so when you now get to marriage, what next? That's the problem. What you are talking about is wedding. You never stop getting married until you are divorced. Marriage is an institution that you never graduate from, except you are divorced from it. So if you say marriage is an achievement, it means it's a continuous thing. Not saying that when you can say, okay, when you do the wedding, what next? But if you are going to use the word when you get married, what next? My dear, there's no what next. The what next is inside the marriage. So it's an achievement because you continue to work it out. You continue to work out.
What he said, what I was trying to say, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because most ladies, they're not marrying because of, for partnership, like I said earlier. They just want to marry because some people just want to marry because of the wedding. Oh, I want my
Okay, yes, I think that was the wedding. Thing.
Oh, did you see the way?
My dream wedding, my fairy tale.
Yeah, this person's wedding was. They just want that fairy tale wedding, and when they do it,
after they are married,
it's
disaster.
Yes.
So I guess what you're saying. My problem is I'm trying to decentralize it from women. It's not only women that don't know what they're doing. Men
don't know what they're doing.
Oh my God. I'm coming. If you sit down and try to go through the data, a lot of men don't know what they are doing.
Do you have experience? Do you have stories that you can tell us? Let me tell you something. Why do you think so?
Why I think so is because I think I was listening to, I don't know which preacher I was listening to recently, and he said something very profound. So many meetings on training women on how to be wives. So many conferences on wives being better wives. What do we have for the husbands? What do we have for the boy child that is training? There's a lot of women training their daughters. You know one thing about me? I love my parents so much because there's so many things that they do not do. And when I go outside and I see them, I'm like, because I remember I was staying with some people for a while, and before I drink water and drop cup, is this how you do your husband's house? I'm a fashion designer. I came back from work. I'm tired. I want to sleep. You say, you're tired. If you have husband, is this what you do? Everything was so marriage centric. And I was like, no, we don't do that over here where I'm coming from. So I'm grateful to God that I did not have that experience. But what I'm saying is, why I made that statement is because there are so many ladies that are already being groomed for marriage from their home. Nobody is grooming the man.
So now the problem is they should focus on men more now.
On both. So if you're going to make a statement about people don't know what you're doing in marriage, I agree, but don't say women. Because statistically, women know more what they're supposed to do than men.
So I would like to come from the angle of single parenting.
Okay.
So the reason why I feel like the society focuses more on women is because men, right from you being a child, there is a sense of responsibility that has been inculcated into you.
What kind of responsibility?
Now,
if you can help me.
I'm going somewhere. So, for example, I don't know where I saw this scenario, but I think I've seen it, where a young boy was with his elder sister, and so they were coming back from school. So immediately they got, like, I don't know if I was passing or maybe it happened in my area or something like that, but I know that the first thing when the mother came, there was like a little conflict between the elder sister and someone else. And the opposite person was like a guy. Do you understand? And the mother didn't go straight to the guy, to the elder sister. He went straight to the younger brother, who is of age to some extent, that can defend the younger sister from that opposite guy. Now, so the mother went straight to the boy and was like, you two, what were you doing? Couldn't you see that this guy was in? Now, I'm not saying this to say that women the sense of responsibility has not been inculcated into the women from their childhood. I'm only saying that a man has been taught to fight right from his young age. Same thing with a woman, just that men, most times, there is this pressure of responsibility that a man carries even as a child. Yes, there's a pressure of responsibility. You can see a family and you see that the treatment women get most times is so special, different from what a man gets. So, for example,
give example.
I like to give example.
Because Osho is about to attack you now. Give example.
I would like to give example. Now, I'm not talking about, there are some persons that the way they were brought up, they did not have some parents don't have good orientation. So from my side, you see fathers and mothers.
Yeah.
They treat the ladies in a more fragile way.
Mm-hmm.
And this gives men a psychological orientation that women are to be treated and to be protected. So already the boy child is growing up with that sense of responsibility that a woman needs to be protected, provided for. He cannot stand and...
Yes, so another opportunity has come for you to be a landowner in Abuja. C of O, checked. R of O, checked. Approved layout, checked. Register survey, checked. Development, checked. Listen and listen well. The Genesis Estate Abuja is one of the hottest land you can ever be a part of right now. In Genesis Estate Abuja, we have almost 50 buildings that have already been developed that is awaiting you to come by and move in. And guess what? We've just signed an agreement to begin 500 housing units along with a government agency. So buying a land in Genesis Estate in Abuja is no more something you need to delay on. Genesis Estate is located behind Bingham University on the Yanya Kefi Express Road in Outer Balefi. All documents are intact, and with just 20 million naira, yes, you heard me right, with 20 million naira, you can own a plot of land within Genesis Estate. That 20 million covers for the land, it covers for your developmental levy, it covers for infrastructural due, it covers for all your documentation, no hidden fee, and guess what? We give you 90 days to make the payment. Only 70 plots available. Rush now and grab it. I'll see you in the new location.
See something go wrong with his sibling, his sister, who is a girl. Do you understand? And I'm not saying that women also, they have their own responsibility, but all I'm saying is that a man they start training you to be a woman cannot start cooking at the age of 3, 4. I'm not saying there are no women that do it, but I'm only saying that from they used to say this, they used to say in Nigeria that I don't know if it's Nigeria, but I've said it once or twice or maybe multiple times that if you are a guy, if you're a man and they gave it to you in Nigeria, life is a human being is different. Me, I'm coming from the angle of I've never been a woman, so I cannot know what a woman go through.
What you are saying now, I think that should be like in the let me just put in the olden days, because but currently now, because I complain about men of these days. Have you heard that statement that who trained these guys?
So that's why I said that. There is women. I grew up hearing that. I grew up hearing that, and I've also read about it in books that you can tell the difference when a woman trains a boy and when a man trains a guy.
Society just hates women.
No, I'm not training anything at women.
Wait. Let me
finish.
Okay.
Please finish.
This
because Precious is about to attack you right now.
This is a conversation, it's not meant to be an argument. It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
You are sharing your view and I'm sharing my view. Do you understand? So now there's a difference between when a woman trains a boy and when a man trains a boy. Now, I'm not saying a woman cannot train a guy properly. I'm only pointing at the difference. Now, men, I don't know, but the way I feel men think a real man is that when you are faced with your same gender, there's this kind of fear. When your dad, for me, anytime I'm misbehaving and I just hear your dad is coming, there's this sense of order that just comes into my brain. But when I see my mom can beat me all she wants. But I still have there's this still manly nature in me, even when I was growing up, that I am, just beat. But when my dad,
your dad don't even need to beat
he does not even need to beat me. He just call my name.
Yeah,
and the next thing is that I can just start arranging the house.
Yeah.
Simply because of a man spoke. Now there are women that are also they've groomed themselves into that same nature, that when they speak to their boys. But the start, I'm only pointing out the start, that when a man trains a boy, I'm talking about a responsible man, because my dad trained us so much that we can go hungry for our sisters to eat. My brother and I can go and work and take the money and give to my sister and say, she'll be watching this and she can attest to it. My mom and my dad, they may watch this and they can attest to it. We can go outside. We've gone outside, walk, bring it home, and just say, okay, take. So that was this. So I'm saying, when a real man, I'm not talking about a man that is irresponsible. When a responsible man trains his son, and a responsible woman trains her son too, you can see the difference.
Okay, so thank you. So Precious, it's time to say
first of all, yes, like you said, I just wanted to start from there. It was never an argument. It's always been a conversation. But it's important to make mental note so that you don't forget when you mention something. Because now I've forgotten some of the things that you mentioned. One thing I'm going to say is, I wish everybody can just be a feminist. See, feminism is so fought against, and is exactly what the society needs. And you can fight it, but if you study and find out the exact real meaning for feminism, you find out that it is the answer to all of these questions that we have. Feminism brings balance. It is not.
But they can never be balanced between a man and a woman.
No, they can. No, they can. They can never be a balance to say a man and woman in marriage.
They cannot be a balance. Even
outside of marriage, my brother,
my
dear, there is.
Even in society.
Wait, are you saying in marriage they can be balanced?
No, in marriage, especially if you are a believer, there's an order to things.
True.
There is a head, and you submit. I believe in that. I believe in scriptures. Submission, people understand what submission is. People understand what, the man loves, the woman submits. To love, you submit to.
Yeah.
So I don't like to go into that topic because a lot of people might not agree with it. But in society, feminism is what we need for balance. In the sense that a woman, it doesn't really matter whether you agree or not, but it's the truth. A woman and a man should have equal opportunities. You don't tell me that I can't stand in a room. That's what feminism is. That's the balance we are talking about. So why you counter? So a woman and a man should have equal exposure, equal value system, equal opportunities. That is the balance that we need.
So sorry, do you believe that? I'm so sorry to cut you short. Do you believe that what a man can do, a woman can do better?
Why do we want to do what a man do better? Why can't a man do and a woman do? Why does it have to be a constant competition between both genders? That's why I keep saying feminism is what we need. Feminism is what bridges that gap, not what we now see what feminism is. Feminism is saying that I run my race, you run your race, you're a man, I'm a woman. And we are moving forward in career. Feminism means that outside of my husband's house, a man should not tell me that I shouldn't speak to him because he's a man. And what even annoys me the most is when you now say, because I'm a married man, go and collect respect from your wife at home. It's none of my business. If you're married, if we are outside of we have a job to do, it means we have a job to do. If I'm your superior, I'm a woman, you submit under the superior as a woman. And all of these things that you are saying about, groomed by men have been groomed, responsibility, kinikon. Marriage is not only about responsibility, and that's where everything is lacking.
Okay.
Women is not only about cooking. That's where everything is lacking.
Okay.
Balance is what we need.
So what balance?
So now, a woman, the society has changed. You cannot just say that you're just a woman and you're cooking. You don't have any other
That's
thing.
my second question for you, because most men, some people say that men, they say I can't marry a girl that can't cook. I cannot marry a woman that cannot cater for. Do you think that is a requirement?
No,
for
I feel
marriage?
like no, because we're still on the points that I'm making.
Okay.
You can't marry a woman that can't cook. That is very fine. Marry a woman that can cook. If me personally, I cook very well. I don't enjoy it. I cook most times when I cook, I don't even eat it because I don't, after cooking, I just don't see the joy in eating it. I enjoy creating and seeing something come, but eating it after, I don't just have the appetite. It could take me a while to eat it. If a man comes and says, because of that is not going to marry, because I said I don't enjoy cooking. Did I say I don't cook? No, I said I don't enjoy it. Do I do it? Yes. The only time I enjoy cooking is when I'm doing it for people that I love. So I cook for my father a lot because I love it when he eats it and like, oh, this tastes nice. My brothers cook. And that's why, once again, I'm very, very grateful for the kind of house that you, because I heard you say when a man raise a woman and when a man raise a boy, and when we need the two to raise a home.
No, I said I'm coming from the angle of single parenting.
So I'm talking now based on whether
even when both of them raise
when a man raise a woman, there's a problem.
Yes, actually.
So we can't say just because there's a dominant factor as a man, you need a masculine kinikon. My house. Because you were saying something that, if your dad comes, everybody moves, and I can't count the number of times my father raised his hand against me. I was not raised in that kind of household. In fact, the person I was raising her hand was my mother.
He doesn't need to raise his hand.
And minus that, the one person that was always most reasonable in my parents was my dad. He was the one that would sit down and have conversations and like, why are you doing what you're doing?
Do you think it's for the ladies? Because you
No,
said
it's the same for my
fathers
brothers.
are always calm and patient with their girl child rather than the guys.
My brother will sit here today and rain praises on my father. I have memories of my father sitting down with my brother, playing Ludo, playing what, sitting down with his friends, joking with us, and all of that. It doesn't take away who he is as a father. And that's why I always appreciate that I saw balance in my home. I saw balance growing up, and I knew what I wanted. My mom has always been an entrepreneur from day one. My father has been doing remote work before remote work became a thing. So it gave him much time to even do things at home. And my mom has always been going to her shop. She has even been the one that, in fact, we see my dad more than we do see her.
Okay.
Did it stop him from his responsibility? What I'm saying is that it doesn't take only responsibility to be a man. Especially if you're coming into the institution of marriage. And as a woman, it doesn't take only just cooking or knowing how to nurture a child. Now, the world has changed. There's a new rule. Everybody needs to match up, to meet up and create a balance. So, that balance that everybody needs, it's feminism.
So,
it is feminism.
What's the new rule?
The new rule is that as a man, you don't only have to have responsibility, you need to have emotional intelligence.
So
you need to have comprehension skills. You need to have communication skills. You need to be available, not just monetarily like what we were used to. You need to be available emotionally, intellectually, and you need to be present. As a woman, it has gone beyond just cooking. It has gone beyond just cleaning the house. You need to be able to assist. You need to be able to help your husband with responsibilities in the house. You need to be able to help your husband with expenses in the house. You need to be able to create a mental note for your children, for them to see that a woman can dare to dream and be big. You need to let your girl child know, your boy child know that a woman can go outside and dominate. A woman can go outside and whatever it is that she wants, she can take it. So now you are not just hiding under the cover of your husband. You are a full person before your husband. Your husband is a full person before you. Coming together, you guys are a whole. So it's no longer about cooking or responsibility. Now everybody now has to add extra responsibility.
Mr. Crown, take
I
the
would like to say that this thing you are saying is not even actually new.
It is actually.
It's not
There's
new.
so many marriages that
It's
do
not
not
new.
practice that. I
It
can
is
tell you
not
for
new.
a fact.
So because everything you just mentioned, I remember my dad doing all of these things.
But you know,
And
that's
not just my dad,
everybody's-
not
that's
just my dad.
everybody's
Now,
reality.
the same thing you are mentioning now that you are saying is not everybody. Even for the fact that you are saying that the whole narrative has changed, there are still a lot of families that would not experience this thing that you are saying. Because you're trying to say that because of in this our generation, we are redefining certain things that has been trying to tush it or trying to maybe make it look
No, we are just
good.
we are just
We are trying to
updating
make it look good. Or there is nothing. Mention 5 things that we have updated.
a lot, my dear.
Mention 5.
Women now work. Hope you know that women were not working
Women
before.
work. My auntie has
They
been
were
working.
working.
Have you heard of GRIB 2026? This is not a public training, it's a private room where serious-minded, intelligent, and intentional individuals, families, and organizations are coming together to learn what they need to learn in order to win where they need to win. There are things that people do in secret that makes them to shine in the open. And if you become a part of this room, then you'll be ready to shine in the world of real estate and become a major player. If you understand this message, you will know that this is for you. Join us now.
The farm.
Women work. Women work.
My
Do
dear,
you get me?
Do you know that women
work.
now get education? Do you know it wasn't like
Women
that before?
get education.
No,
Women get education.
no, please.
Women get
I don't
education.
argue
My
based
aunties-
on facts. I'm not talking about
my-
your
my
aunties. They're talking
aunties have
about
been
the past
educated.
time. Revolution
No,
has started from our
what I'm
parents'
telling you.
generation.
Okay.
Ask your grandmother, your great grandmother, if she got education.
So that means this
They are
what I'm trying to
redefining
show you.
it.
What I'm trying to show you that this generation is not redefine anything that our fathers. I'm talking about my father's generation. Since you said they've been the one redefining this thing.
I disagree.
But this generation, the only thing I feel like we do is because a lot of people now feel like they have platforms. And you know, when you have platforms, when you don't know the value of what you have, abuse is inevitable. When the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. You look at a girl, a 16 years old girl who has no experience, who has a proper understanding about life, who has probably been mentored or schooled by somebody who has maybe a wrong marriage or marital background, who come on social media and be feeding nonsense to people. Now, let's not even talk about a 16 years old girl. Let's even talk about that 28 years old girl who has all her life, she has gone through, she has been maltreated, she has been emotionally mismanaged, she has gone through a lot in her life. She will take the camera, take her iPhone and take mic and be spilling out things. Now, I'm not saying that girl is wrong. I'm not saying that girl is bad. Sorry. All I'm just saying is that because we should not give meaning to things based on our personal experience. No, you are saying that a lot of families are not experiencing this thing. I can tell you that even in the days of my dad, there are women that don't work and there are women that work.
So let me tell you something. You said something, number one, which is what I keep saying. Can we decentralize from a 28 years old?
Decentralization has been this feminism that we are just dragging.
There are 35 years old men that are spilling rubbish on the internet.
True.
My problem is your train of thought. You keep focusing on the women.
No, I'm not focusing on the women.
When you want to
maybe
say,
it's just giving example.
No, that's a wrong example.
So,
and that is where let me finish. I didn't cut you. Let me finish. Let me finish what I'm saying. There are 35 years old men that are also spilling rubbish on the internet. So if I want to say that statement that you say, what I would say is, you can see a 28-year-old youth saying so. Why does it have to be a 28 years old girl? Why can't it be a 28 years old? Wait, let me finish. That's the problem with our society. There are so many. There is a problem. There's so many subtle, misogynistic statements that we pass here and there. We chip it in and we try to lap it so that it doesn't look the same. Now you are telling me that our father's generations were the ones that started. No, when I started this conversation, I said we are in a revolution. We are in an evolution. Things are changing.
Yeah.
Do you know the problem with life right now? The world is, if it's not gender war, it's generation war. I don't know when we started to merge generation against generation. What we need to know that there's a new rule. There's a revolution. There's a transition. Things are changing. When did it start? A long time ago. But those people who started, were they vocal?
No, I think our generation is more
They were
vocal.
vocal. No, they were vocal. Just that social media amplified a lot of voices.
See,
these people have
now
been
I feel like
they are
more.
more. So when I'm
This
saying
generation was
vocal.
more
This
vocal than
generation- no.
we are more
I would
vocal.
not-
We are more vocal.
We are
You
not
know,
more
like I
vocal.
said,
Why do you say they are not?
We
you
are
say
not more
that?
vocal because the only reason why it seemed as though we were more vocal was because of social media was introduced. And social media gave a lot of people platforms who did not have the platform to speak.
You have a great point.
Well, that's a
you
good
have a
point.
great
So,
point.
because our fathers have been spilling out this, even on national TV, if you trace back to national TV's podcasts like this, there were men who, our fathers even went as far as creating foundations for women.
See, they are more
Creating
vocal.
foundations
but
for men.
Wait. It's not only about social media being a leveler of. I understand that. Yes, social media has amplified so many voices, but I truly believe we are more vocal because why?
We are not more vocal. We are just being
let
more,
me explain.
more inexperience and sometimes
let me
more
explain.
insensitive.
Most of the time, our parents were very inexperienced. Nobody knew exactly what they were doing. Everybody was still going out on the
Same
go.
thing, we
So,
know, still know. We don't
so
still
I
know
don't know
what
why
we're
people
doing.
shame people about certain things. That's always been. People figure it out. Nobody has done life before. We're all just doing life right now. I believe we are more vocal because in this generation, we have more people that are confident in their skin, people that are confident. And yes, it came from social media, but minus social media, it came from exposure. Now, you spoke about Nollywood and Hollywood. There are so many things that our mind now sees. And it's like, okay, this is not okay. This is what we are used to, but this shouldn't be what it should have been because we have now exposed our mind. Our parents were able to fund some certain educations that made us to relate with people, that changed the way we think, changed our thought process. Because if you see, to have a good education is an head start. Apostle was saying something, say you might never meet up with somebody that has a good head start in life. And it's true, because your mind is exposed to a lot. So our mothers were not vocal. They talked within themselves. Okay. Not all of them were confident. Now, there's a number of them that were confident enough to talk, but not all of them. There were few of them that could come outside. And those ones that could come outside to say that were even shamed by society for it. So yes, they worked for us to fly. But I'm saying right now that right now, there's now a much more vocal, there's now a much more audience that wants to listen to what you're saying, that agrees with what you're saying. But then when they were saying these things, it sounded strange because when you are bringing something new, something that is a change that people are not used to, obviously they revolt against it. So our mothers that were able to talk about it, the others were able to just discuss it among themselves or transfer the anger and frustration that they felt on their children. So instead of vocalizing like, oh, I think I want more. I think I have a plan. Oh, this is what I wanted to do with my life. I have a dream and all of that. Their mothers told them that you just have to raise children. Somebody has to stay at home and it has to be you. Do you get what I'm saying? So they were not able to talk out of fear of stigmatization, out of fear of being shut down. But now, nobody cares. Because if you drag me today, in the next 24 hours, 72 hours, you are going to drag somebody else. Yeah. But I've said my mind. I've said my opinion. You agree, you don't agree, no problem. But the more people come on this topic, so we are saying what I'm fighting for and what I've been saying from the beginning of this is there should be a balance. Let us be a leveling ground. Let's decentralize from women. This is the reason why the women are the ones that are even doing good. And most of these men in this so-called marriage thing that we are saying, because we are focusing so much. Like you said, who is raising these men? We are not even paying attention. Feminism focuses on the male child too. That's what people don't know. We are saying there's a balance, meaning I respect you enough to say I deserve this and to say that you deserve that. Feminism is saying that I don't demean you, you don't demean me. I don't bring you down, you don't bring me down. So if you look at it, it is for the benefit of both. But now we now have misandrist and misogyny that is now trying to change the narrative of what feminism should have been about. So balance. Decentralize from women, leave women alone. Focus on everybody.
So I would like to say that
Mr.
I would like to say that I think women they've not sat down to know their power.
This generation women.
They've not sat down to know their power. Hope you know that men go through wars.
Than women.
Not than women. Men, I mean, not than women. I'm not comparing. I'm not bringing it comparison. I'm just saying men also go through wars.
It's the same for my
fathers
brothers.
are always calm and patient with their
Ladies.
girl child rather than the guys.
My brother will sit here today and rain praises on my father.
Mm.
I have memories of my father sitting down with my brother, playing Ludo, playing what, sitting down with his friends, joking with us, and all of that. It doesn't take away who he is as a father. And that's why I always appreciate that. I saw balance in my home. I saw balance growing up, and I knew what I wanted. My mom has always been an entrepreneur from day one. My father has been doing remote work before remote work became a thing. So it gave him much time to even do things at home. And my mom has always been going to her shop. She has even been the one that, in fact, we see my dad more than we do see her.
Okay.
Did it stop him from his responsibility? What I'm saying is that it doesn't take only responsibility to be a man. Especially if you're coming into the institution of marriage. And as a woman, it doesn't take only just cooking or knowing how to nurture a child. Now, the world has changed. There's a new rule. Everybody needs to match up, to meet up, and create a balance. So, that balance that everybody needs, it's feminism.
So
It is feminism.
What's the new rule?
The new rule is that as a man, you don't only have to have responsibility, you need to have emotional intelligence.
So
you need to have comprehension skills. You need to have communication skills. You need to be available, not just monetarily like what we were used to. You need to be available emotionally, intellectually, and you need to be present. As a woman, it has gone beyond just cooking. It has gone beyond just cleaning the house. You need to be able to assist. You need to be able to help your husband with responsibilities in the house. You need to be able to help your husband with expenses in the house. You need to be able to create a mental note for your children, for them to see that a woman can dare to dream and be big. You need to let your girl child know, your boy child know that a woman can go outside and dominate. A woman can go outside and whatever it is that she wants, she can take it. So now you are not just hiding under the cover of your husband. You are a full person before your husband. Your husband is a full person before you. Coming together, you guys are a whole. So it's no longer about cooking or responsibility. Now everybody now has to add extra responsibility.
Mr. Crown, take the floor.
I would like to say that this thing you are saying is not even actually new.
It is actually.
It's not
There's so
new.
many marriages that
It's
do
not
not
new.
practice that. I
It
can
is
tell you
not
for
new.
a fact.
So because everything you just mentioned, I remember my dad doing all of these things.
But you know,
And
that's
not just my dad,
everybody's-
not
that's
just my dad.
everybody's
Now,
reality.
the same thing you are mentioning now that you are saying is not everybody. Even for the fact that you are saying that the whole narrative has changed, there are still a lot of families that would not experience this thing that you are saying. Because you're trying to say that because of in this our generation, we are now we are redefining certain things that has been trying to touch it or trying to maybe make it look
No, we are just
good.
we are just
We are trying to
updating
make it look good. Or there is nothing. Mention 5 things that we have updated.
a lot, my dear.
Mention 5.
Women now work. Hope you know that women were not working
Women
before.
work. My auntie has
They
been
wo- they wo-
working.
they work
Women-
Have you heard of GRIB 2026? This is not a public training, it's a private room where serious-minded, intelligent, and intentional individuals, families, and organizations are coming together to learn what they need to learn in order to win where they need to win. There are things that people do in secret that makes them to shine in the open. And if you become a part of this room, then you'll be ready to shine in the world of real estate and become a major player. If you understand this message, you will know that this is for you. Join us now.
in the farm.
Women work. Women work.
My
Do
dear,
you get me?
Do you know that
Women
women now
work.
get education? Do you know it wasn't like that
Women
before?
get education.
No,
Women get
no,
education.
no, please.
Women get
I don't
education.
argue
My
based
aunties-
on facts. I'm not talking about
my-
your
my
aunties. We are talking
aunties have
about
been
the past time.
educated.
Revolution
Yeah,
has started from our
what I'm
parents, our
telling
parents'
you.
generation.
Okay.
Ask your grandmother, your great grandmother, if she got education.
So that means what I'm trying to
redefining
show you.
it.
What I'm trying to show you that this generation is not redefine anything that our fathers. I'm talking about my father's generation. Since you said they've been the one redefining this thing.
I disagree.
But this generation, the only thing I feel like we do is because a lot of people now feel like they have platforms. And you know when you have platforms, when you don't know the value of what you have, abuse is inevitable. When the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. You look at a girl, a 16 years old girl who has no experience, who has a proper proper understanding about life, who has probably been mentored or schooled by somebody who has maybe a wrong marriage or marital background, will come on social media and be feeding nonsense to people. Now, let's not even talk about a 16-year-old girl. Let's even talk about that 28-year-old girl who has all her life, she has gone through, she has been maltreated, she has been emotionally mismanaged, she has gone through a lot in her life. She will take the camera, take her iPhone, and take mic and be spilling out things. Now, I'm not saying that girl is wrong. I'm not saying that girl is bad. Sorry. All I'm just saying is that because we should not give meaning to things based on our personal experience. No, you are saying that a lot of families are not experiencing this thing. I can tell you that even in the days of my dad, there are women that don't work and there are women that work.
So let me tell you something. You said something. Number one, which is what I keep saying. Can we decentralize from a 28 years old?
Decentralization has been this feminism that we are just dragging.
There are 35 years old men that are spilling rubbish on the internet.
True.
My problem is your train of thought. You keep focusing on the women.
No, I'm not focusing on the women.
When you want to
say, he's just giving example.
No, that's a wrong example. And that is where let me finish. I didn't cut you. Let me finish. No, let me finish what I'm saying. There are 35 years old men that are also spilling rubbish on the internet. So if I want to say that statement that you say, what I would say is, you can see a 28-year-old youth saying so. Why does it have to be a 28-year-old girl? Why can't it be a 28-year-old? Wait, let me finish. That's the problem with our society. There are so many. There is a problem. There's so many subtle, misogynistic statements that we pass here and there. We chip it in and we try to lap it so that it doesn't look the same. Now you are telling me that our father's generations were the ones that started. No, when I started this conversation, I said we are in a revolution. We are in an evolution. Things are changing.
Yeah.
And do you know the problem with life right now? The word, if it's not gender war, it's generation war. I don't know when we started to merge generation against generation. What we need to know that there's a new rule. There's a revolution. There's a transition. Things are changing. When did it start? A long time ago. But those people who started, were they vocal?
No, I think our generation is more vocal.
No, they were vocal. Just that social media amplified a lot of voices.
See,
these people are
I feel like they're more. So when this generation was more vocal than
we are more vocal. We are more vocal.
We are not more vocal.
Why do you say they are not?
We are not more vocal because the only reason why it seemed as though we were more vocal was because of social media was introduced, and social media gave a lot of people platforms who did not have the platform to speak.
You have a great point. You have a great point.
So because our fathers have been spilling out this, even on national TV, if you trace back to national TV's podcasts like this, there were men who. Our fathers even went as far as creating foundations for women.
See, they are more
creating
vocal.
Foundations for men.
Wait. It's not only about social media being a leveler of. I understand that, yes, social media has amplified so many voices. But I truly believe we are more vocal. Because why?
We are just being more inexperienced and sometimes
let me
more
explain.
insensitive.
Most of the time, our parents were very inexperienced. Nobody knew exactly what they were doing. Everybody was still going out.
Same thing. We know.
So I don't know why people shame people about certain things that has always been. People figure it out. Nobody has done life before. We are all just doing life right now. I believe we are more vocal because in this generation, we have more people that are confident in their skin, people that are confident. And yes, it came from social media, but minus social media, it came from exposure. Now, you spoke about Nollywood and Hollywood. There are so many things that our mind now sees. I was like, okay, this is not okay. This is what we are used to, but this shouldn't be what it should have been because we have now exposed our mind. Our parents were able to fund some certain educations that made us to relate with people, that changed the way we think, changed our thought process. Because to have a good education is an head start. Apostle was saying something, say you might never meet up with somebody that has a good start in life. And it's true, because your mind is exposed to a lot. So our mothers were not vocal. They talked within themselves. Okay. Not all of them were confident. Now, there's a number of them that were confident enough to talk, but not all of them. There were few of them that could come outside. And those ones that could come outside to say that were even shamed by society for it. So yes, they worked for us to fly. But I'm saying right now that right now, there's now a much more vocal, there's now a much more audience that wants to listen to what you're saying, that agrees with what you're saying. But then when they were saying these things, it sounded strange because when you are bringing something new, something that is a change that people are not used to, obviously they revolt against it. So our mothers that were able to talk about it, the others were able to just discuss it among themselves or transfer the anger and frustration that they felt on their children. So instead of vocalizing like, oh, I think I want more. I think I have a plan. Oh, this is what I wanted to do with my life. I have a dream and all of that. Their mothers told them that you just have to raise children. Somebody has to stay at home and it has to be you. Do you get what I'm saying? So they were not able to talk out of fear of stigmatization, out of fear of being shut down. But now, nobody cares. Because if you drag me today, in the next 24 hours, 72 hours, you are going to drag somebody else.
Yeah.
But I've said my mind. I've said my opinion. You agree, you don't agree, no problem. But the more people come on this topic, so we are saying what I'm fighting for and what I've been saying from the beginning of this is there should be a balance. Let us be a leveling ground. Let's decentralize from women. This is the reason why the women are the ones that are even doing good. And most of these men in this so-called marriage thing that we are saying, because we are focusing so much. Like you said, who is raising these men? We are not even paying attention. Feminism focuses on the male child too. That's what people don't know. We are saying there's a balance, meaning I respect you enough to say I deserve this and to say that you deserve that. Feminism is saying that I don't demean you, you don't demean me. I don't bring you down, you don't bring me down. So if you look at it, it is for the benefit of both. But now we now have misandrist and misogyny that is now trying to change the narrative of what feminism should have been about. So balance. Decentralize from women, leave women alone. Focus on everybody.
So I would like to say that.
Okay, Mr.
I'd like to say that women. I think women they've not sat down to know their power.
This generation women.
They've not sat down to know their power. Hope you know that men go through worse.
Than women.
Not than women. Men, I mean, not than women. I'm not comparing. I'm not bringing it to comparison. I'm just saying men also go through worse things.
Worse what?
That
like
they
what?
never. You know this matter of
Things like
this recent ongoing topic about a woman not being submissive and a woman not being submissive. It's just recently that men are voicing out, because when they started seeing that, it seemed as though the women were the one that they were always throwing the tantrum to the men, that men are maltreating or men are saying things. Men started voicing out that this is the reason. Now, why I said that women don't know their power is because
you have to no
man wants to be with his opposite gender.
Yeah.
No man
wants to be with his opposite
gender. Man wants to be in love with his opposite gender.
His opposite gender or with his gender?
With his opposite his gender, sorry, not his opposite gender, sorry. Now, when a woman, now I strongly, if this is the narrative of what feminism is, I would say 60% I can strongly say, let this thing fly. Which I know that some people will still go extreme. Some women will still go extreme, because women and men will always be extreme.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Now, they are better. You see, I don't know if it was me and my brother or somebody were discussing, and we're saying that, see where I am. I watch my mom do things to my dad. Sometimes my dad, the way he feels that even not be me they marry, not be me, it's not me they are doing to, but sometimes there are some things that somebody will just do and you just feel like, wow.
Which kind of videos?
Yeah. Do you understand? Women don't really know their power. And if a woman, any woman that you see that has gotten to unlock her powers in a marriage, go and look at that woman.
So what would you say? Can you list those?
The problem is to unlock the power before marriage. That's where the issue is coming.
Because you cannot unlock your powers, or you cannot unlock your potentials by trying to drag positions with the man. Now, there are better ways you can see. I tell you, a reasonable man, can push his wife to any length. If she can just unlock her powers.
Now the question is, what are those powers?
So I'll give you an example. She made mention of something that I'm a boss. I'm your boss in the office
You have
as a woman,
to submit.
and you have to submit.
Yeah.
Now, you
Within
understand
the
that
confines of
within
the
the
office.
confines of the office, that's beautiful because there's a system and a structure. Well, that you are a boss as a woman, there are ways you speak to a man. No, I'm serious. You can laugh.
I was
but there are
expecting
ways-
this. Like I
there are
was
ways-
praying in my
there are
heart
ways
that
you
I
speak to a
mentioned this
man.
because I really want to speak on this.
There are ways
You will speak.
there are ways
Let
you
him
speak to a man, not just a man. There are ways you speak to a human being. Now, both male and female have ego.
Mm.
There are ways you speak to a human being that will have ego in them. Most male aspect of them, what the feedback get may not be appeasing to you. Do you understand? Now, I'm not in support of a man getting to that point whereby you now have to make it open that don't you know I'm a man. That's you being insensitive. You already standing, already shows you're a man. Do you understand? So it's just a childish thing
I'm a
that
man. Now,
men
can't you
do,
see that
that
I'm a
don't
man?
you see you're a man. For you to say, open your mouth and say, don't you see that you're a man? It's like you're trying to buy back your identity. You are a man. She does not, whether she admits it or not, she cannot change the fact that you are a man. Do you understand me? Now, as a boss, you are a boss. Now, I'm not saying that you should pamper, or when you are you have been given a particular task and it's not delivered the way you want it. I'm not saying that you should. I was listening to one woman, I've forgotten her name now, and she said something. She said when they made her the MD of a bank, the bank she was working, I've forgotten the woman. I used to use that woman's clip very well. I used to watch her. She said something. She said when she got into the room, there were men there. You see, a woman,
I think I've heard that story before.
a woman, yes, Ibukun Awoshika. A woman can actually lead a man if only she can just understand that.
Hello, beautiful people. The word POUR is an acronym for passing over opportunities repeatedly. And I've said it over and over again. It is better to be prepared, waiting for opportunities, than for opportunities to come and meet you unprepared. October 2025, we did the pre-launch of the Madiba Palm Tree Farm. We launched at that point for those that believed in us, and a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, bought 10 hectares. You heard me right, 10 hectares at the pre-launch level. In less than 1 year, when we launched in January 2026, their investment has already given them 50% return in less than 5 months. Guess what will happen? By the time we're done with this launch offer, by the middle of the year, we're looking at May, June 2026, we're going to be increasing the price of the Madiba Palm Tree Farm. So if you are listening to me right now, don't allow this opportunity to pass you by. Take advantage of the opportunity now to lock down your portion of 1 acre, 1 hectare, 10 acre, 10 hectares. If you have money sitting down in the bank, instead of doing cash banking, come do land banking and come do palm tree farm. So we want everyone listening to me right now to take advantage of this opportunity. You don't want to look back and say, and I heard when the land was 4 million. I heard when it was 6 million. And then now they will tell you it's 20 million. We're going to be planting. The nursery is ready. The farm is ready. So you are plugging into something that is on the way to producing. So we look forward to welcoming you. I'm Olumide Emmanuel, and I approve this message.
There is a part whereby you just have to be a woman. But the part whereby you want to say, okay, what women in this generation are doing like that, they want to be a woman with a little spice of a man. They want to be a woman with adding a little spice of a man. No, you can't do that. Two captains can't be in the same boat. One person, and there is enough strength. A woman has enough power than a man. A woman has a lot of advantage over a man. I don't know if you understand me. Now, this woman mentioned that when she got into the bank, the right thing to do was to go and just sit on her seat because she has been given the position. But there was something she did. And that thing, as little as that thing is, brought her to where she is today.
Brought her to where she is?
No, it was part of what contributed to where she is. Because, there are people, one of my mentors used to say that you need to have voice in the boardroom, and you also need to have voice in the bedroom.
Mm.
Do you understand? There are voices that will speak for you in the boardroom. And I'm not saying this thing to only women, but men too. A man, you are a man, and you want to be a man and also have a little spice of a woman. You are being insensitive. Be a man, and a woman be a woman. You don't, it is not written anywhere that you impose leadership. If you have to, as a woman, I feel like if you have to fight to be heard, it means that you don't even know your worth. You don't know your value. If you have to fight for people to accept your be a woman. Just be a woman. See, the only thing, that's why most of the time that I've become a fan of saying things that, for the fact that everybody is doing something wrong and it seems as though it is accepted, does not mean that's the right way to do it. Everybody, every woman can be fighting. I'm a feminist, equal rights, equal this. You see, a man knows that he's a man. A man knows one thing, if I don't know anything about being a man, all my years of being a guy, is that I know that, in fact, one of the people that can identify their weakness is fast. They may not be able to act, but you see, one of the people that can know that, say, this thing are my weakness, or this thing I'm weak at this area, is a man. And a reasonable man can go extra mile for a woman when he finds out that this woman wants to actually bring out the best. Both in the home, both in the organization, both in himself, both in anything, he will go extra mile for that man. And I'm not trying to encourage, I'm not trying to maybe side the men. Also, a woman will also go extra mile for a man who is ready to bring out the best in her. My dad used to tell us something when we were growing up. I say, any woman that comes into your life, make sure she does not live the same way she meets you. You don't leave her. She does not live without you transforming her life positively. My dad used to use that word, positively. My dad would do something to his wife and would be like, see your mom, see the way how happy she is. That's how you should make your sisters be.
So I want to hear from Precious.
Do you understand me?
There is no. It's like you want to just attack.
No,
what do you have to say?
I'm not attacking him. I'm attacking a train of thoughts because I feel like it's a train of thought that almost everybody has, especially in Nigeria. And I will say this. I've been saying this from the beginning. Balance. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be heard. And everybody
wants to, or they deserve to be seen. Everybody deserves to be seen and heard.
Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be understood. I use the word once because I'm going somewhere. And when they feel that is being threatened, it makes people defensive. So one of the things I've tried to understand in life now is that a lot of people react based on defense. And a lot of us in Nigeria are in a defense mode. And that's why we act the way that we did, based on perception, based on society. Now, there was a time you said men are going through worse. You can't say that. Why? Because women have been openly embarrassed, shamed for just being
openly embarrassed.
For just being a woman. And you need to go back in time, go back in years and see what women were actually doing. Wait.
This is the
no,
problem.
I'm going somewhere. Please don't interrupt me till I finish,
no problem,
explaining what I want to explain.
Okay.
There's a reason why, when I was speaking, I was saying, there's a flip side of women that are defensive and are now extreme and going against what they even want just to have one against society. If you go back in time, you see that there were times when women could not vote. There were times that basic education, women could not get it. There was a time where women were married at very young. Up to now, there are still places where women are married at 13, 12. They don't even know themselves. Up till now, there are still some places that still treat women as less of society. They are the minority. They don't have a say.
Yeah.
Now, I'm coming from a woman's perspective, an extreme woman perspective, a defensive woman perspective. Because of those things that have happened, out of fear, silent fear, that if I don't speak up, this will be my reality too. I have to defend myself, even if the society is no longer like that. Like, there's a tendency for these men to look at me the same way. So I'm defensive. Do you understand? And then there's the men that feels, these women are now threatening our masculinity. They are now defensive in the sense that this way this woman is going, she's too vocal, she's too bold, she's too loud. It's beginning to threaten my masculinity, because this is not what we know women to be. Men are the ones that should be doing that. Because even in society, they tell women, don't be too loud, don't laugh too much, don't dress a certain way, don't be too this, be quiet, be calm, be womanly, be all those things that don't concern me. I can be anything. Blings and Strands, the brand I own, that is hair and jewelry, was our core value. Our tagline is redefining feminine confidence. In the sense that today I can decide that I want to be an elegant woman. Tomorrow I can decide the streets I want to do. Next tomorrow I can decide I want to be casual. You cannot box me. I'm a woman and I have several layers to myself. I can wake up today and say I want to dress loud, I want to dress calm. You have no right to tell me what I should be because I should be a lady. You cannot restrict me. That is me saying, oh, we are redefining what confidence is. Confidence is not only when a woman wears a long dress and she sits like this and she's calm and she's gentle and she counts her words. There are women that are loud. They were created like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make them less of a woman. And there are women that are straightforward in the sense that, in fashion sense. It doesn't make them less of a woman. So what I'm saying is that society has now, the man is now defensive, that his masculinity is being threatened. The woman is defensive out of fear that she'll be taken back to where she was before. Now, where is the issue now? Now, these are two extremists coming together and are working in a place. A woman is your boss. You say a woman do not have to struggle to be your boss. I disagree. A woman actually have to struggle for her to hold a boss. Go and meet all women that are...
Everybody struggles.
Wait, no, please. This conversation is about women.
Everybody.
Go and meet every woman that is in leadership position. Sit down one-on-one with them and they'll tell you what they've had to face, especially if their subordinates were men. They will tell you the number of times society, mentors have told them to keep quiet for peace to reign. And if it was a man, it will not be the same thing. And women struggle because the society don't even think they deserve it. And these are real life scenarios. I have experienced some of these things. Now, there are some times where my approach might have been wrong, but there are some major times where a man literally makes you feel small. One, especially if you're a single lady, you are young. Oh my God, if you are young and unmarried, you are done for. You are finished.
I think I've read stories
especially
of people
if
like
the
that.
man is now married, you are finished. I'm telling you about issues that I've had to face. I'm talking of, I was in leadership at the age of 22, 21, 23. And I literally was dumbfounded at some things that I saw. You hear men confidently telling you that she's a single girl now. She's not married. You can't talk to me. You are my wife at home. There's a reason why I'm here and your wife is at home. I don't care. I'm here. Your wife is at home. It's not my business. If I am here and I've asked you to do a certain kind of thing, if it was a man, my issue is not that, oh, she spoke a certain way. If a man asked you to do the same thing that woman is asking you to do, you would not have a problem with it. But you are threatened and your manly ego is threatened because it's a woman. So now you're telling me that because she spoke a certain way, your ego came out. But if it's a man that spoke to you, why is your ego not fighting it? Now, I'm not talking about extreme. I'm talking about normal, regular, I'm a boss, I give you jobs to do. This is what you should do. Not that I spoke to you in a certain kind of way. Even if you want to go into this, spoken to you in a certain kind of way, do you know how many men speak to their subordinates that are women in certain ways? And women cannot do anything because they tell you, no, it's politics. No, it's wisdom. As a woman, you keep quiet. You don't revert back. It's your boss. So why is nobody telling the man, she's your boss, don't say anything? Why does the man have to say, oh, I'm a man, you don't talk to me like that? That is where the imbalance is. So it is unfair to come and say that women are not struggling because women are struggling. I literally had to meet women. I sat women down. How are you doing it? Because I'm going crazy. And they started telling me, it's everywhere, every woman. Sometimes men are allowed to learn on the job. You're a man and you're allowed to learn your emotional intelligence on the job. You're allowed to learn your emotional regulation on the job. Meaning you can come today and speak to somebody anyhow and get away with it and everybody say, wait, I'm finished. Because he's a man and you learn it on the job. Now, is it wrong? That is wrong. But I'm just saying, let's even now go to that side about something that is wrong. You're allowed to learn it on the job. But a woman cannot learn it on the job. Because if she does that, what they'll say is that's how she should do at home. That's how she treats her husband at home. Or that's why she's not married. And nobody will marry you. These are real life issues.
Okay, so you said something about as a woman, I can dress how I want to dress. I can decide to dress street. I can decide to dress like a confident woman and all. Take for example, because you said that thing now made me remember the question.
Dressing.
Yeah, like made me because I wrote a question down in my book, I think on Sunday, and the question just came and just said something like that. Let's say for instance, you get married and you want to dress this kind of way, and your husband says you can't dress like this, not even indecent. Let me just put like general, like maybe you don't, let me use Ote dressing that they say, okay. And your husband tells you that
he doesn't like it.
Yes, so another opportunity has come for you to be a landowner in Abuja. C of O, checked. R of O, checked. Approved layout, checked. Register survey, checked. Development, checked. Listing and listing well. The Genesis Estate Abuja is one of the hottest land you can ever be a part of right now. In Genesis Estate Abuja, we have almost 50 buildings that have already been developed that is awaiting you to come by and move in. And guess what? We've just signed an agreement to begin 500 housing units along with a government agency. So buying a land in Genesis Estate in Abuja is no more something you need to delay on. Genesis Estate is located behind Bingham University on the Yanya Kefi Express Road in Outer Balefi. All documents are intact, and with just 20 million naira, yes, you heard me right, with 20 million naira, you can own a plot of land within Genesis Estate. That 20 million covers for the land, it covers for your developmental levy, it covers for infrastructural due, it covers for all your documentation, no hidden fee, and guess what? We give you 90 days to make the payment. Only 70 plots available. Rush now and grab it. I'll see you in the new location.
No, you can't. What are you supposed to change for
your husband? So before I get to that question, to finish this on the job. So why I started with some people, everybody's defensive is the sense that, so now a woman is coming to the office and she already feels that her position is threatened. Even if the position is not threatened, she already has the mental notes that is threatened because of maybe things she has seen or how she has been treated. Then the man is coming to the office and thinking his masculinity is being threatened. So two threatened people join together, there's an explosion. So that's why I said there's a need for education and balance. So if the woman can know that, you know what, I'm the boss, I'm a woman, I don't need to, my leadership is not being threatened by what this man says. Whatever this man says is a proof of who he is, not a proof of where I am. And the man is also come to say, whatever this woman asks me to do is a proof of the position she's holding, not a proof of my masculinity. We would have easier, seamless workflow in the office space. We're not going to be having women that feels that, we're not going to be having men that say, I'm a man. So you can't come and tell me there's a way you talk to a man. No, there's a way a human being talks to a human being. Personally, I lead people. And the worst thing you can tell me as your leader is to say, I'm a man. This is how you talk to me. Red flag. See, mental note I've off you. But if you're coming to say, I felt disrespected by what you said, I feel everybody should be accorded some sort of respect, I understand. Perfect, brilliant. But you're coming to me and you're saying, as a man, I feel like you're supposed to be giving me this. Zero. Because now you have carried it only to a particular set of people. Respect is not gender-based. Respect is for everybody.
Everybody, for all humans. So you guys are here, sorry. Respect is for everybody.
So respect is for everybody. So that's to me. So, yes, a woman at home is submissive to her husband. A woman in the office is not your wife. She's your boss. She's your subordinate. She's not your wife. She's your subordinate. Treat her the way. A man at work is not your husband. He's your boss. You treat him accordingly. If he's your subordinate, he's not your husband. He's not your younger brother. He's not your son. You treat him like a human being that is accorded respect. Both parties will not have problem. Everybody will be. So if everybody can come from a place of defenseless and come to a place, that's why I say feminism. Feminism is literally the antidote to all of these things. Now, to answer the question of your husband is, you marry a man and says doesn't want to redress. Now, please, when I say you can dress the way you dress, I don't mean to dress indecently. Obviously, I'm a believer because of my beliefs. I mean that you can. I feel fashion is expression. I express through fashion. If you see me come out of my house in the morning, how I dress is actually how I feel or the statement I want to make. So some people will come and say, they saw me wearing a suit today. And tomorrow they'll see me wearing baggy jeans, big shirt, a corset on the shirts with because that's what I feel like today. So I like to explore and I like to express through fashion. So I don't know how you people marry each other. That during the dating process, the man do not see that you are an haute dresser and you have to wait till marriage. Now, if it's a situation where, that's why I don't know what people do in dating. When you are dating somebody, if only people can realize that your single time is the time to see the time you are single is not the time. You are not wasting your life. You are discovering yourself. You are finding your purpose. It helps you to be confident in the decision that you make because you are finding who you are. You are finding your person. So because you know who you are, you will not marry somebody that is not aligned to who you are. So that your friend that got married quick and you that you feel like you're wasting your time, your friend did not have enough time to discover herself like you are discovering yourself. Change the notes. I have something that says, if people are in my life or people live my life, it's a blessing to them. I don't think about it from a bad place. So if you're still in my life, you're blessed because God sees that you can actually handle everything that I'm going to be and I can handle what it is I'm going to, because I know who I am. Trust me. I know who I am and I know where I'm going to be. And then if you're no longer in my life, it's a blessing because God can already see that you don't have the capacity to hold what it is that I have to offer to the world. And He has already blessed you fast with your small thinking and He has removed you away. So you are blessed. Anyway, so if we are dating, were you not wearing clothes? Were you wearing pants? Is it that people do not
And some
go
people
out?
can change now. They say people change. So I might just say, I want to start. I like the way this person is dressing. Maybe I want to start dressing like that. And I tell my husband, baby, I want to start dressing like this.
My dear, if you have already married him, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're already married to him. And the scriptures already tell you the scriptures has already told you to submit.
Yeah.
I cannot speak on anything marriage. I used to say, when in marriage, you have entered. You saw the man. Because people think that there are decisions that people make in their life that are used to judge them. If you are a late person, you come late to fix a meeting and you are not there on time at the exact time that we say we should do. I personally believe that you're not a put together person. In the sense that people that come earlier, people that have thought, you sat down, you've thought about it, you have aligned your schedule. This time I'll wake up, I'll finish doing this, I'll be doing this. So I know that you're not somebody that I can do business with. You're not serious. To me.
Okay.
So there are little decisions that people take that make me to realize who you are. So recently, I was not told you that I used to say that words of affirmation was my love language. I'm not realizing it's actually acts of service because I've not realized that the way I feel seen is when somebody, I need help with this, and you quickly really do all these things. So when I see that you do all these little things for me, I know that when the big things come, you can do it. So you might not have a conversation on dressing, but have you people not seen somebody dress like that before? On the internet, you guys have not had any conversation or somebody passed by and you see is distaste in that dressing.
On the same journey to becoming a better version of yourself. And we should be asking ourselves that kind of question. Do you get? So if I'm focusing on, it's from pain.
Yeah.
I think most of the time I've heard that it's always like from pain because
trauma,
why would I have to give so much and you're not giving anything? Do you understand? So me, I used to say it to one of my closest friends. I used to tell her, I say, that the way I was when we met 5 years ago is not the same way I am now. And I used to make sure I do that every year. I make sure I write down everything I do or have done for the year. And I pick out, okay, what did I finish? What did I not finish? Do you understand? And if I cannot do all these things for myself, having a vision, a dream, for myself every day that keeps me waking up, even though I'm tired, I keep doing things, even though I don't feel like doing it, I sleep late, stay up, and one person will just come and just say, you just keep telling me, I'm tired, and this, I'm a woman, there's no way. There's a point I have to tell her, I was like, you are giving me excuses. Why are you telling me there is a way a woman does things and there's a way a man does things? Who told you? A woman, there is no, when it has to do with destiny, there is no certain kind of way anything should be done. Do you understand? Just do what you have to do. Always show up. That's one of the biggest and the best advice I got 2025. Crown, show up.
So you guys are hearing, always show up. Always show up to things. And I just want to say thank you for gracing us with your presence because I learned a lot from both of you, and it's very nice to hear from you guys' perspective. And I'm sure you guys enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, please, Biko, watch this episode. Watch other episodes because other episodes too were amazing. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. A shout out to our sponsor, Common Sense TV Studio, who sponsored this episode for us to use their beautiful space. If you're looking for a place where you want to shoot your content, edit your videos, Common Sense TV Studio is the best place to be. You can reach them through all their social media platform at MyCSTV Global. Thank you once again. I still remain your host, Precious.